Well, it's been just over 12 months of being a full-time YouTuber, and I'm gonna just share with you what it's been like and as well say thank you. If I'm being brutally honest, it probably wasn't the best time to start being a full-time YouTuber, and it's only been through a lot of hard effort that I've been able to get myself into a secure position. But it's not a case that I'm solely to blame for this, because you've worked hard as much as I've worked hard for this. Man, I've made a lot of mistakes, like a lot of in-video mistakes, kind of knowledge-based stuff when it comes to you know, MCOC knowledge with abilities, what else? Oh yeah, the way I presented the news, visuals, stuff like this. Yeah, I have made a lot of mistakes, and I feel as of now, I've learned, I'm kind of like 90% there. One day I'll get there where I would say like I'm on point, but I always feel like you should understand why your stuff was shit and go, look, I'm learning from my mistakes. My mistakes are still there for me to see. I just have to remember, take that as inspiration of how to better yourself. And the question I keep asking myself, like from the first 12 months of doing YouTube full time, what's it been like? And to give you like the full answer, or the most transparent answer, it's been stressful, scary, tiring, but it's been incredibly fun. And especially fun like looking at stuff that hasn't worked, what's been shit on the channel. I'm kind of going like, well, again, how do I better that? But also like having some amazing people come and help me out, like Kabam Thel. I know that I kind of like rip on Kabam quite a bit, but Kabam Thel actually helped out a lot with the optimization of the channel, more so than YouTube did. And as well, Dorky Diggity Dave, so Dork Lessons, Dave, has been a massive help as well, because he's been saying like Rich, your thumbnails are wank, you need to change them, it's not popping off correctly. And as well, I haven't been utilizing the full kind of understanding of YouTube. Where I'm at now, it has been a process, and as well, the people coming back to the videos, hitting up the notification bell, making sure they come out for videos, utilizing Discord, social media, and those kind of things. It's been a real learning curve to actually not feel worried that doing YouTube full-time was a big mistake. Now let's move on to thanks, because obviously I want to thank you guys so very much for your support, whether or not you are liking, commenting and all those kind of things on videos and supporting them. But also the fact is we've got people that have been very kind to super chat and donate, and especially helping towards getting myself to New York Comic Con. I am thinking about going for 2020, as you know, but it is going to be a big financial expense for me to get from the UK all the way out to America and stay for the length of the New York Comic Con itself, and especially being in a venue that's close and I can quickly make videos, go to the con, make videos, come back and like work as much as possible, because that's the one thing that I wanted to do when I got there, was to make news related videos to keep you all informed of what's going on, and as well bring you along with us, because it's not, that's the thing, like I really appreciate people that have donated and super chatted for that particular cause, but I wanted to make sure that I was bringing you along for the journey. Now, unfortunately, I can't get the information of everybody that was a member at the time that was supporting the channel over last year, so I apologize for that, based on like, you know, trying to get that information from YouTube. It's not there. And as well, like Twitch sub people as well, and old Patreons. So I'm gonna say thank you to the current members that are YouTube members, that are Twitch subs, and as well Patrons that should be on the screen now. And now here comes the massive thank you to those that helped towards get to New York Comic Con 2019, and as well helping to obviously support my channel, myself, Frank, and obviously keeping the bills paid. So thank you to the following people.
Abhishek, Absolute Gamer, Adam Rob, Ike Allen, Owen Kenny, Alvin, Ami99, Andrew Overend, Apple Dance, B Daniels, Beast Mode, Big Blue, BK Rod, Blake, Brian Cooper, Carlos Santos, Champion Nova, Chris Cantor, Chris Kirk, Kent J, Dan Ryan, Daniel Knoller, Noah, Danny Bailey, Darcy World, David, Dominic B, Don and J, Darko Kid, Dysentery Joe, Eddie Gonzalez, Edson Souza, Ellie, Aldrin, Ez MCC, Face Clipsy, Fun, Loaf, we've got Ferret, X the That's it all for now. Frisky Dart, Darryl Phoenix, Jeff Dayton, Ghost Dog, Gilbert, Good Game James, Ray Wilson, Ice Kid, Jamal, James Baby Game for some reason, so delete that out there, the second one, Jason Williams, Jeffrey Murray, Jennifer Nixon, Johnny Midnight, Just Jerry Games, Carnage, Kels, Kojit Singh, Kumar, Luke Glenn, Max R, MC Coles, Michael Pye, Mike Gaming, NHP, Narinda Bayer, Nash Gaming, New Kid in the Hood, Nick Arbuckle, No You, Obi Don, Old Man Rant, Ollie Bambino, Padaman P, Paul Gable, Paul Sarah Keller, Pet 1000, PJ Rice, Professor MTC, Punjabi Punish, Ray Revis, Midnight Force, Ross Blake, Ryan Reynolds, not the real one, Samurai Gamer G, Sandra, Soul, Martinez, Shadow Entity, Silent Witness, Skylar, Thomas, Simzilla, Smooth86, Steven Jackson, Stone Chaser, Strider 1, J2, 3, Super Bean, T-Bag Top, The Kingpin, The Glory of Man, The Weird Sailor Entity, Tomorrow 291, Tony Stark, Toxic, True Man, Prime 014, TT Bonds, Victor Girl, Vodman 47, Window Talk, Race War, Yuki, Zero Highs, and Vicky 33.
Obviously, do bear in mind that some of you on that list would have donated or super chatted many times. Also, not all the information could be collected, and obviously collecting, I think it was pages and pages for me to then consolidate into information was a little bit difficult, but I wanted to make sure, as I was always raised to do, is say thank you to those that have been very kind, obviously, to support with builds, with getting me to New York Comic Con 2019, and I really hope I can do it this year, so I'm going to be working hard. Now, just like letting you know what the plan is for this year, this is a graphic or kind of whatever that I put together. Some things have changed, like I'm making the decision probably to step back or not do the indie games anymore. The kind of relationship between myself and like Indie Boost and getting work is not really there, so I'm kind of like going, right, well, I'll take away from that and then I'll refocus the channel elsewhere. Marvel Powers United, we finished that series. I've had enough of it. I'm just too pissed off, as a lot of you know from seeing that video. And as well with the second channel, it's actually going quite well. The second channel is going in a way that I want it to go. It's not defined itself yet for covering one specific game, but when it does, it will cover Iron Man VR and the Avengers game and maybe some other stuff. Personally, I feel like I'm running on target. I'm trying not to work extensively, and I am finding I am working at weekends, which wasn't something I necessarily planned to do, especially with myself and Em trying to plan our wedding, which is slowing down the process and we're getting a little bit frustrated, but we hope that even like this weekend, we're going to try and plan, but I'm going to be releasing content that I record through the week to then release at the weekend, which I know isn't ideal, but that's the problem that we've got. It will take like hours and hours and days and maybe a year to properly get an idea of how we want to see our wedding kind of be seen by people, by our guests, and other things like that. So there's a lot of time. I will be taking some holiday time this year, but I will be still kind of keeping up the grind and recording content. So I'll be going to Center Parks this year for a little kind of like 1 week break, but I'll still be recording and uploading content, and especially fresh content from there, because I need to be on the grind. I really want to make sure this year is a better year than it was last year, and just see like, okay, the channel's evolving, we've got new content, we've got new games. That's the main thing I want to see. And like I said, things are going in that right direction. And the final thing I want to talk about is The Office. So for a lot of people that don't know, I actually stand up for 12 hours of every day, Monday to Friday. It's only at the weekends that I have a real kind of like break from standing up. And it is coming to a point that if I decide to exercise in a day, that I'm, you know, obviously exercising my legs, but then continuing that standing up is still putting out a lot of strain on my legs. Even though it's kind of good for my core and good for other things, it's a case that I shouldn't really be doing excessive amounts of standing up in one given day. So that's where things have to largely change. And I think that depending on how much money's left over this year, I may then focus to go, right, well, let's change the dynamic of the studio that I'm recording it. It's still pretty small, this particular studio area that I've set up with this green screen, but there's stuff that I could do and changes I could make with a new type of desk and just change some aspects as well. That could be quite good, but it's something that I want to do. I mean, this kind of like lighting system, this kind of LED stuff that you see behind me in this kind of green screen thing, like it's just yeah, it's just like weird. I'm not going to do it completely, but I'm definitely going to look at the dynamic of lighting, but it will take time to do this. And maybe I'll have like a top monitor or whatnot and monitor chat. But yeah, thoughts for the future, really. Now, with amazing support on the second channel, the main channel, and your amazing assistance with super chats, donations, memberships, Twitch subs, and Patreons, it does mean a lot, obviously. This is the first year, and hopefully there's more to come from being a full-time YouTuber. So really appreciate that, guys. And hopefully I get to speak to you in a live stream and interact with you in the future. And see you at the UK meetup. And obviously, fingers crossed for New York Comic Con 2020. So yeah, again, massive thank you to everybody, and see you in the next video.